talk about a little bit about how it's like to live in Hawaii, what are my personal pros and cons, and yeah, this is just a little bit of a collection that I've updated since I've did my last video, and this is my point of view. First of all, I'm going to start with a pro because for me, Hawaii, it's the place I always come back, always draws me back here to the island. I live on Oahu, and all the islands are pretty different from each other. I'm the most busy island, and other islands are definitely more calm, and yeah, a little bit different. But I like Oahu. I really like it here because it has both. It has the adventure, the nature, and it has also a little bit of a city and a little bit of a, you know, more town city kind of life. So you can choose whatever you like, which I think is great. First pro here on Oahu is definitely the variety of adventures that you can do. It's amazing how much more active I am when I'm here on the island. I go snorkeling, I go hiking, we go up so early in the morning just to see the sunrise before work or whatever we have to do that day. Back home, when I was in Germany, I was like, there was no way I'm gonna get up before I have to go to school or work or whatever I had to do that day. So here it's really like, oh yeah, let's go at 5 in the morning, see the sunrise. It's just, yeah, it's just a little bit more energetic for me at least. Yeah, there's amazing marine life. You can see tons of turtles, fish, all different kinds of colors, dolphins, you know, there's just an amazing underwater world that is very, very impressive to see. I love the ocean. I love waterfalls. This is very rewarding if you hike all the way up and in the end there's a waterfall. My girl loves it a lot, the waterfalls. She loves going there and she loves playing the water, and yeah, she does that. Yeah, so I try to go with her a lot in the water because she swims a lot. Every morning we go to Tropicalinii beach and she swims. Sorry, my drone. she swims there a lot. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, still a puppy. Negative aspect here on the island is definitely traffic. Turtle traffic, Waimanalo traffic, H1. You name it all. There are a lot of traffic here on the island. You really have to make sure you go on there certain times where traffic is not as bad. For example, here I live in Kailua, which is close to the Poly. So if you hit the Poly later than 7 in the morning, that's so bad. You're gonna be super late. So you know, you just gotta make your ways around, not to get stuck in traffic. But once you figured out the best times, unless you can't, I mean, it's like only the way, like how far you can do it. Obviously, if you have a job, you know, you have to be there. Maybe you just shouldn't try to, you know, start more early or come a little bit later, you know, and stay later, and you know, just try to figure it out that you don't get stuck in traffic because it's really demanding. But like everyone says, it's the worst traffic in the United States. For me, comparison to Germany, I have been in traffic for like 3 hours, like the really gnarly long ones. So actually 10 hours was the worst time I went. It was insane. And here, you know, it's like the worst comes down like 40 minutes, which it's annoying, but I think I'm used to something worse. So the traffic for me personally is not the biggest issue, but I know people get really upset about it. So this is definitely a con for a lot of people. Another con is that since this is an island and since people are constantly coming and leaving, you know, it's just sometimes hard if you have friends and they constantly leave or, you know, just that are not stable on the island. I'm the one who's always leaving and coming back, and friends like, oh, you're leaving, you're coming back. It's just sometimes a little bit difficult. But that's just, you know, how people come and go, and that's just how the lifestyle here is sometimes. Another con is definitely that the island is very expensive. Rent gets super expensive, but it really depends where you're from. In comparison to Germany, it's crazy expensive. The rent is like 3 times as much at least. You gotta really downsize if you come here, which it's actually not that bad. I actually enjoy having less stuff and, you know, just be a little bit more minimalistic on that way. But yeah, it's all about making adjustments and, you know, trying to get different values out there. But yeah, it's really hard to see families struggling about paying rent and paying all the expenses, so it's very, very sad. A lot of stress about how to afford Hawaii, definitely. And that's probably one of the biggest cons there are here, that it's so expensive. Food is extremely expensive, even though sometimes, we have a papayas here. If you have a little piece of garden, you can grow your own fruits and veggies and stuff, but definitely that's not enough. You still need, so you can definitely grow some own food, but that's definitely doesn't cover anything. And that's another comparison to Germany. Food is extremely cheap, and here with $50 you don't go really far. In Germany, $50 you can live on that for a week or even longer. And so that's a big adjustment you gotta do. Another pro, but also con sometimes for me, is the relaxed lifestyle, and I totally enjoy it, and I think it's so amazing that not everything is so stressed all the time in comparison to my life back home in Germany. Everything is needs to get done. It's very punctual, very stressed, it really always depends on the kind of lifestyle you've got, but the general lifestyle in Hawaii is very laid back, more slow, more relaxed. And for someone being so impatient like myself, it's sometimes really hard to deal with, because I'm and bugs, we have a lot of bugs. I'm very punctual, and I love being in time, and my friends around here know that, so they kind of adjust for that. But in the beginning, I got really upset because everyone was just constantly late, and sometimes I waited for hours, is this person even gonna show up or not? But it's just, for me, if you say you're there at 5, you're there at 4:55. But that's something I really learned, and now I know how to make my ways through that, not to be impatient and upset. But that's definitely for me something I really had to struggle for a little bit. The activities here are so abundant. There are surf. I love the surf. I love watching the sunset at China Walls. The North Shore is amazing. All this green, lush life here is just so, for me, something that is just so valuable, and I appreciate it so much. And for me, coming here to the island is just something that really makes me happy. But I see it's not for everyone. Island fever is a big thing. A lot of people don't like to be stuck on an island, because literally you drive from south to north, it's an hour 20, so it's pretty small. But yeah, for me it's the right thing. I love it. I love a small community. I love that people know each other, that they're really open to each other, that they help each other, and that the community is very strong. The Aloha spirit it's an actual thing here that it's pretty nice, and I love it. Some people ask me about the weather, and the weather around the year is pretty stable. It gets more cold in the winter and more rainy, and actually I like it a lot, because it's still warm, and you see a bunch more waterfalls, and it's just very green, everything. Definitely it's always around 80 to there's 100 Fahrenheit, which is 26-30 degrees throughout the year. And in the winter it gets a little bit more chilly, but not as bad. Not like in Germany where you freeze so bad in the winter. But also for me, I love the perfect weather that makes me go outside, that makes me be more active and more adventurous. But sometimes I do miss the seasons, I have to say, and a lot of people tell me, yeah, I wish I had season, and especially for Christmas time. I like the snow. I like to have the snow at Christmas time, but definitely that's a personal thing too. Yeah, everything is personal, how you see, how you perceive it as a big problem, a bigger adjustment, or just a minor thing. But sometimes I like the season, so that's something I definitely miss. But choosing to have seasons or to have like good weather all around year, I think it's the weather that I'm choosing, that I love having sunshine every morning when I wake up. Because in Germany, when it's raining, it rains for weeks, and you're like, when does it stop? And here it's just like 10 minutes and then sun is out, so there's, you know, people don't talk about the weather here because it's pretty much stable and it's not a thing. In Germany, it's like, what's not the weather? It's like the first topic people talk about. And here it's not really a topic, which makes sense. And yeah, the weather is also like rainbows all the time, and I love rainbows. They're amazingly beautiful. And yeah, I can't get used to that look. I really love it. And yeah, the rainbows are something that I really adore, but it's definitely not a reason to move here, but I like it a lot. Our culture is also something that I think everyone should get involved with. I was very involved in Hawaiian culture and their origins and their language and the hula and the music and the chanting and everything when I was in school, and I really think that's something that everyone should get to know and see how beautiful and amazing this culture is. I hope this was any helpful for you, and yeah, let me know what you think. I'm always curious where you guys are from, where your guys' home is, what's your paradise. My paradise is definitely in Hawaii, but I want to know where you guys have your own paradise, and yeah, let me know that. And I wish you a very good day. Thanks so much for watching.